So, thanks everyone for coming today. Well, but first of all, let me just give a big thanks to Betsy in particular. I mean,
absolutely,
for everything she does, but also the rest of the people. Sean,
group undertaking.
Warner's here, so Warner.
Thank you guys for coming. Can you guys hear me over there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad I didn't party last night so I can talk here.
Oh, yes, you did.
When we were starting to plan this reunion, we were taking it on with UNH alumni, and we started talking about all the fun things. Yeah, we're doing Jimmy's. We checked out Jimmy's. Yes, we want to do lobster, everything. And then we said to Phoebe and Karina, we would do a memorial service on Sunday morning. She said, they both said, okay, we don't do that.
It's on you.
So I said, all right, and that's on you, right? So we said, we'll take it, because I think as we got ready for this, all of us sat here and thought about people we wish were here, right? So if we do nothing else but here and we walk away right now, we've already done our job. Because I think they're looking down, 2 things they've done for us today, I can just feel it. We all thought it was going to be raining. We didn't know how to tarp this thing. Okay, beautiful. We go out, we set up a flagpole, put up the UNH flag, and it goes flying to Newcastle. And I'm like, who was that?
That was Freelander.
I think they're happy we're here. And so a couple of us are going to talk today, and we're going to talk about the friendships in the community of UNH. I work at a school. My kids go off to different places, private schools, public schools. People say this all the time. UNH is such a close connection, right? You can go anywhere, and whether it's a beer on the dance floor, it's some classy place, and you're like, that is a Wildcat. Or, just like you're sitting on a trip to Australia, and you got a little Wildcat on somebody's shirt. It's like, hey, and it doesn't matter, now you're best friends, right? But my group, the Coyotes, we planned our 50th 9 years ago, and nothing's coincidence. And we were deciding what place to land because we all go on different trips, right? And so we said, let's go with Kelly and Patty down in Hilton Head. Like, let's just make it easy for them because we never get to see Patty Dion. We hadn't seen her in 20-something years. And so we make this plan, and we call Patty. We get psyched. We go there for the 20th, for our 50th birthday parties, and 2 months later she dies. And we hadn't seen her in 25 years. And so it's like this one more day that we just wanted to have with people. And I think Jane always says this is the best. When we celebrate who's gone, then they're still with us, right? So I'm going to have Michelle, Johansson, Aiken speak first. A couple of us are going to speak, and then Michelle. Okay. I did party last night, so
as a good Wildcat.
My voice is not as clear as Betsy's, but I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak long. This is not easy. Many years ago, or maybe one less many, but many years ago, each of us on this pier received a letter from the University of New Hampshire saying, come join us, right? And we were changed. In such a fun way. Months later, we packed our cars, our parents packed vans, and we moved into this beautiful community in Durham, and it became home. And we were changed in such a good way. 4 years is all we had together, for the most part.
Thank you.
Some of you can raise your hands. For the most part, we had 4 incredible years together. Right? The bond that was created, we were young. We experienced new things together. It was just an amazing time, and we created such a bond and such a family and such a community that it has never left us. We have had people leave us, and we were changed. And I'm not going to mention all the names because there's too many, and that part is unfortunate. But we all are here, not just for our person, but for our collective people, because we are family. So when I lost Lars, we all lost Lars. When Jane lost Ed, we all lost Ed. And everyone on this board, John, Howie, Nellie, Prescott, right? We all lost everybody, and I'm not eliminating any name for any reason whatsoever. We have them in our hearts. The change, though, was not always bad. It wasn't always sad. It's a good change. We're changed in such a good way because with every loss, we gained purpose. We remembered that every day is important. Every day. We live with a different perspective, right? When you walk away today, be changed. Be changed further.
Amen.
Live every day. Live every day for our friends, for our family that aren't with us right now. And understand that that's a good change. Bring it out to the world, pay it forward, because that's what we're going to do forever. For our people, for our family. They're with us. If you don't believe in Wildcat Angels, think again, my friends, because they're here with us. I want to thank Betsy for giving me a minute to speak. It's hard for a lot of us, and it hits differently at different times, but remember, we move forward with these wonderful, wonderful family and friends in our hearts every day for the rest of our days. So thank you.
How could I top?
I know.
When you mentioned like getting a letter like in high school saying, hey, you got accepted in UNH, like I got one of those too. I also got a letter a couple months later said, are you sure your academic are up to snuff? And you want to really think about, you know, whether you're going to cut it at UNH. And I wrote back to him, I go, I'll see you in the fall. I got to UNH in the fall of 1985, which I imagine was quite a good number here. Maybe 84s. Anyone before 84?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
And I got there in fall of 1985. I had said to UNH, put me in Stoke Hall, because I want to meet like a lot of people. I didn't know one single person, not one single person. And I rolled in, and I didn't even know who my roommate was going to be until he walked in the room. And so this young fella from Albany, New York, with spiky hair, and he was rocking a mullet, and his name was Kenneth Philo. And we met each other that day, whatever that day was, in late August or September of 1985. And we exchanged some pleasantries. And out from his duffel bag, he pulled what the kids now refer to as a handle of Captain Morgan. And he said, why don't we have a party tonight and we'll meet a bunch of people. And the rest is history. At the end of my freshman year, Kenny Philo was my best friend. He didn't make it to his junior year of college because he got electrocuted painting a house in the summer. And I didn't think of him until this weekend because he never graduated. And probably, I'm not even sure there's anyone that even knows him here. Like, if Rich Finnegan was here, he would know him because he lived on our hall my freshman year, which is crazy. Rich Finnegan lived down the hall. But then started this like magical journey, which we all know how this story has, evolved. Like the connections and the bonds that like our era of people made at UNH is like, it is unfucking believable. And just look around, like the people here that maybe you see them a lot, maybe you don't see them that much at all. I saw someone on Friday night at Jimmy's who told me that she had not laid eyes on me for 35 years. And we picked it up like it was yesterday. And she reminded me in college when she was really, really pissed at me one time. And I said, you're goddamn right, you should have been mad at me. But you just think about like this magical time when we were all together at UNH and these bonds that we made. people I know that went to other, this didn't happen to them. It didn't happen like people I know that went to other schools. This was some like magical thing, UNH. And so when that like, you know, connective tissue and these relationships that we have, we brought it all together, certainly it makes it so hard when we lose someone. But I think it also gives us strength because we all look around the room, we have support, we have love from others, and we can like get through it. And we can't, you know, we're obviously feeling the loss, but we all have this like extended family like that will support us. And I think it's magical. People, you know, I've been thinking about, you know, people that aren't here this weekend, and Friday morning I'm sitting in my house, and I told a couple of people this last night. Friday morning I'm sitting in my house, I'm having a cup of coffee. My youngest is graduating from high school Friday night, so she's home just hanging around. She picks up an envelope that's sitting right, you know, right next to my chair where I'm having this coffee, and I hadn't even looked. I didn't even know what was in the envelope. She picks it up, and it's an envelope of photos. And in this envelope, and this just happened Friday morning. In this envelope, she starts laying out these photos. She says, "Who are these people?" There's a picture of me and Ed Freelander. There's a picture of me and Michael Blank. There's a picture of Michael Blank and Ed Freelander. There's a picture of me and John Campbell. There's a picture of John Campbell and Ed Freelander. This was on Friday morning. Like, I didn't even know this envelope existed until she started showing me the picture. So a couple of people I wanted to mention in particular. Obviously one of them is my old freshman roommate there, Ken Philo, man. And that guy knew how to do it right. Halfway through our freshman year, he started like making a little nookie with the RA.
Names. No.
And I'm like, Kenny, you gotta stay in there, buddy, because we're gonna stay out of trouble if you're in the RA. He's like, I don't really want to do that anymore. I go, you gotta do it for the team.
What is
Michael Blank. I mean, you want to talk about like a salt of the earth guy. I mean, this guy was the fucking best. And he wasn't as dumb as some of the rest of us were. And you know, he was like a steadying force. So he was my roommate in my senior year of college. I moved to Portsmouth, and Yank was my roommate. And I've never met a guy who cared less about making any money, like, which was disappointing when the rent was due. But no one like was ever mad at the guy. Like, he was just like, no one was ever mad at this guy. Like, and I'm like, you just bought a baseball card? The fucking rent is due tomorrow, buddy. Like, what are you doing in baseball? But anyway, we lost Yank a number of years ago. Obviously, you know, many people here know him, know exactly what I'm talking about. John Campbell. John Campbell and I knew each other in college, but, you know, our relationship grew, you know, stronger and stronger after college. We lived in Portsmouth. I mean, with a few interludes when John was out west, like he was in this area. Again, like, I guess I'm surrounding myself by stronger character folks than perhaps I was at the time. But John Campbell, like, this is a guy who, like, family, like, girl dad, like, he's like a girl dad mentor. You know, he knew how to do it right. And I had two kids the same age as the two of his, but he's, you know, one older. And so he set the bar, and that was the bar that any of us should try and follow because he knew how to do it right. And again, like, just the absolute best. Ed Freelander. So when Michael Blank moved out of my apartment in downtown Portsmouth, Ed moved in. from a guy who's collecting baseball cards to a guy who's trying to invent a fucking ski pass.
No wicket.
Still have some of those if you want them.
No wicket.
He's like laying on the floor like, I'm going to invent a better way for your ski ticket to go on your jacket. I go, what?
No wicket.
But Ed, I mean, I don't know what to say about Ed. Like, just the best. Like, I will say, I mean, Ed didn't come to homecoming as much as he should.
No, we nagged him.
Yeah.
And that was kind of annoying, actually. Because one year he came for like a half hour, and then he left. I go, where the fuck are you going? So Ed was far from perfect. But you know, it's like as Stuart and I, we did a little kind of some detective work earlier today. We were like, you know, theorizing on some things. Oh, and Miles, you were helping us too with the black mold thing. So
I helped nothing.
Michael's inspiration.
And then Ed moved
Fine
in,
inspiration.
and then right after that, I went and lived with Johnny Law for a little bit. So now you might be wondering, who did I live with next? Well, he's not here. But, I mean, he's alive. I know there's a couple other folks. I don't want to talk too much. I just think the bonds that we have, like the sadness that we've all experienced, you know, I just remember the strength that we all have, you know, from that we all that all came together when we were at those magical years at UNH. But I know there's a couple of people. Dan, want to say something about Mr. Clint Logan?
Good job, committee.
It's interesting. This is the Glory Days reunion. There's a lot of people here might have first met Clint when he was a bartender at Glory Days in Durham, where he would always greet you with a big smile and a very generous pour. Doug Clark from the Poorhouse. He was very good to all his friends there. But another thing about Clint, people who knew him well enough to make plans with him, he was always late. And you would, you know, like Steve and I were meeting Clint, we'd be sitting there like, you're supposed to be here at 7, it's 8. Somehow, whenever Clint showed up, no matter how annoyed we were, he would instantly disarm us and make us laugh, and we would forget about it every time. And he just had a way of, when you're with him, he made you feel like you were the most important person in the world. He was an incredibly generous person, generous with everything that he had, his time. He was generous. He was a great, similar to John. He had 4 beautiful daughters, and he was a great father to them. He was always, you know, starting business after making business. He was very industrious, but I would love to be here. I miss him greatly.
So I think I'm going to wrap it up.
Can I just say something real quick about Clint Logan that he just reminded me of? So this is like classic Clint Logan story. Talk about like being late to everything. You know, as some here are participants and many know about, myself and 12, somewhere between 10 and 20 guys go on this baseball trip every year. And Clint Logan was a part of this. Yeah, Yank was a part of it. Lawman. Lawman was my roommate for the last few years. He was a really good roommate on the road. Let me tell you. So Clint Logan one year says, "No can do on the baseball trip. Gotta work." He's like starting a business, whatever. No can do. And this was, you know, pre-cell phone, so I'd like talked to him on a landline, and he said, "I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not coming the trip." I park at Logan Airport. I go down to the terminal. We're all like meeting, getting on this flight. I see Clint Logan kind of walking. He's getting out of a taxi. He's walking in. I go, "Clint, what are you doing?" He goes, "I decided to change my mind." I go, "Are you like going with us?" He goes, "Well, I haven't bought a ticket yet, but I'm gonna." I go, "He did not have any possessions. No possessions on him at all. Like, and I mean, he's like, I'm gonna buy a plane ticket right now and here, I'm gonna get on the plane and I'll just buy everything when I get there.
A couple times.
And that's what he did.
All right, so thank you everyone for coming. There's so many stories I could talk about with my brother and the community that he built, and the fact I was telling a couple people yesterday that he really didn't come into UNH as the person you guys all knew. He came in as like the kid who wouldn't go into the grocery store and buy a gallon of milk without me. He was shy, but he knew who he wanted to be, and he met some amazing people on his first day of school who helped empower him to do that and go through it. And I think a lot of folks here sat at the dinner table at my house with my parents, and we had a strong family bond. And when my dad was sick, he looked down over the railing and said, "No, you can be sad, but your job is to live. Your job is to keep going. This is going to take me, but you need to keep going." And so all we can do is tell the stories, share the memories, share the photos, tell those folks that are gone, tell their kids about these things, and take them in your heart and hold them and keep them alive that way. So what we've decided to do, and okay, also, when have I ever been the shortest speaker in a group? Never. Where's Andrea? We have flowers here. We wanted to do something that everyone could have their own moment. We wanted to do something that was ecologically safe. So there are roses here that everybody can take one. I think we've got plenty. They can probably take more than one, and just drop them in the river and have a moment. And you be you, let them be them, and we really, those of us who've lost people, be it your family or your close friends or whatever it is, you carry it with you, and as Michelle said, it's a family. So lift your eyes to the sky, unless somebody wants me to say thank you, God Scooter, but lift your eyes to the sky and love them. Keep going. So please.
How about a big group hug? I want everybody to come in. I want you to come on.